welcome back to Linda's Pantry, and I'm super excited to bring you along for this recipe. Every time I've done this recipe, I have not had time to film. And even though I'm very rushed for time today, I've got company coming in to town and a big party tomorrow, and I still have to work and, you know, all that good stuff. I decided I better film this, and this is an order. This is a special order. So I make this jelly all the time, but I just haven't ever filmed it for you. So I promised a few of you that I would, and it also documents it for friends and family. So we're making my pineapple pepper jelly. Now I say pineapple pepper jelly because it's got 3 peppers in it. I've got jalapenos, and I use the Vidalia Chopper on the small chop because they smell good. It gets a real nice fine dice. It's perfect for jellies and stuff like this. Anyways, about 6 jalapenos, and I have 4 Fresno peppers. Those are the red peppers, and they're not spicy to me at all, but they add that pretty color and a different pepper flavor. And 3, excuse me, and they're all seeded and deveined, taking the membrane out. 3 habanero peppers, so you have a little bit of orange in there. There's some heat, but you got a lot of sweet. So I used canned pineapple. You can also use fresh. I used 4 20-ounce cans, and it was chunk pineapple, so I had to put it in the food processor. I've already got the first part in. I'm going to put this in now, and I reserved the juice out because there's, out of 4 cans, there's 3 cups of juice. So, and I don't want all that in there, but I am going to put half of it in. So we'll save the rest out for being a lefty sure sucks when it comes to measuring cups. We'll leave the rest out for a cocktail or something. And so down in my cast iron jelly pot, as I call it, I've got that. Over here I have 7 cups of sugar, and that's, I mean, literally you're gonna counteract those peppers because you have some heat in here, and it's supposed to be a sweeter jelly. It's not supposed to be spicier than it is sweet, if that makes sense to you. So I've also got to grab my lemon juice. I've got 2 packages of liquid pectin, and that's really all there is to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the fruit and the peppers up to a boil. Once they, oh, this is going to be so pretty. Once they come up to a boil, I'll let them boil for a minute, and then I will add my sugar and bring that up to a boil. And when it gets to a rolling boil, I can't stir down, I'll go ahead and add my pectin in and let that go for 1 full minute. And then we're ready to jar it up. And this is going to be beautiful. It's so pretty. It's just gorgeous. I'll have to bring you in for a close-up. When I'm loading the jars, you'll be able to see how pretty it is. So if you like these kind of videos, I hope you leave me a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next, and what kind of jellies you're doing lately. Also, go ahead and check the links below, because I've got a link to the All-American Canner. I've got a link down there for, some of you have been asking for the clear gel. So I've got a link where I get that. I can even leave a link for a Vidalia Chopper because they are priceless in the kitchen. And whenever I give a gift to someone starting out or that's new to the kitchen, so to speak, this is what I always run to. So, okay, let's get to cooking this. It's gonna be good. All right. Oh boy, here we go. Oh, and I want to tell you, the jars are in the dishwasher on the sanitize session. Now I soapy water wash them, and I mean as hot as I can stand it. And then I run them through the sanitize session on the dishwasher. And my jars have been washed. By the time they get reused, they end up getting washed 1, 2, 3 times. So they're really clean. And then my lids will be in hot water. You just pour hot water over them. And I'm using regular button top because I won't get any of these jars back, unfortunately. And then, yeah, and my rings are there. I've got all my stuff. I'm going to go ahead and boil this in the water bath canner. All my equipment, anything that touches your food, go ahead and give that a good boil for about 10 minutes. and get it sterilized, or as sterile as we can be, okay? And we're ready to go. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, so my jelly is now ready for the sugar. And I did want to tell you, I put a 1/4 cup of bottled lemon juice in here when I put the fruit and everything on the stove with my new measuring cups. Thank you. If you're watching, I love them. I have them all hanging on the wall, so all I have to do is reach. They're in an arm's reach for me. So maybe I'll post a picture of that at the end. Okay, so it's come up to a boil and it's good to go. Sugar time. So put your sugar in. And sugar will become a liquid. So it makes a big batch of jelly, trust me. And easy to write down. You want, for your peppers, the measurement is 2 cups of peppers. Now you could do, if you didn't want this hot at all, you could subtract that Fresno and habanero pepper out and include just a red bell pepper if you wanted, or half the jalapenos. I mean, really and truly, and maybe replace that with a green bell pepper. You want that jalapeno flavor in there though, trust me on that one. And I think you gotta have the Fresno and the habanero, but that's just me. Because it's not a hot jelly. People that are sensitive to heat love this jelly. All right, so we're gonna bring this up to a rolling boil that I can't stir down. And then we're gonna add my 2 packages of pectin, get it back up to a rolling boil for 1 full minute, and we're gonna take you back over here and we'll start jarring it up. And then it gets water bath canned. How easy is that? Water bath canning is gonna be in this big pot over here. Once it comes up to a boil and you want the jars submerged underneath about an inch and a half of water, when it comes up to a boil, you go ahead and start your timer. And I'm gonna time this for 15 minutes. And then turn the heat off after that 15 minutes and leave the lid off and let it just sit in there for 5 minutes, and then take them out of the canner. So that's what we'll do next. Oh my gosh, it's so easy. All right, so now we have our jelly is ready. And I mean, it's already starting to gel up pretty good. I've got my hot jars right here, my sterilized, or as sterile as I can get them, stuff, but and go ahead and load your jars. Now, jams and jellies can go to 1/4 of an inch of headspace, which is nice because when you give the gift of jelly, nobody likes to get cheated out of 1/4 of an inch of jelly. So you want to give it to them the full amount. And I love how well this sets up. And it's so pretty. It's beautiful. It's just like sunshine in a jar. Then go ahead and wipe your rim. And it's the top, the rim here of where the lids come in contact with it. Go ahead and put your lid on. And get this out of my way. Use your asbestos fingers, and that jar is ready to go in the canner and wait for the rest of them. So I'm going to get all the jars. I'll let you know how many I got out of this, and if I didn't say so, I want to make sure that I said that it's 6 cups of pineapple. So just in case I didn't say it, look how pretty. Oh, it's gorgeous. Okay, so it's all done, and it's important to let it rest in the canner. And I just got a question online, so I'm going to answer it now. And somebody asked, how does a jar buckle? And I think a lot of you are under the misconception that a jar lid is going to buckle if you have the jar too full. And that's not true, especially in pressure canning. Now, water bath canning, it's a little bit different because they're not under so much pressure. But you can get a buckle in a water bath canning session if it's in that water bath canner for a long period of time. 10-15 minutes is usually not going to do it. But if you fill your jar too full and your jar or your lid is put on correctly, it is going to siphon. So the lid is going to raise up because air's being pushed out, and the food is going to expand, whoop, popping, and you're going to lose food out of the jar. So that's when, like when people do spaghetti sauce or chili and stuff like that, a lot of times we just edge towards that, oh, I don't want to do an inch of headspace, and really and truly it needs that for expansion. And then, but if you put your jar lid on too tight, your jar lid can buckle. So let's see, we got 3, 6, 8, 8 12-ounce jars, and this one over here is an 8-ounce, and then I have a little mini one that I'm keeping out for tonight. It's gonna be delicious. And we're putting this over some salmon. Yum. Okay, so look how pretty this is. But I did want to address that, and I'm trying to address something new if I can in every canning video. And the buckling of the lid, it's because you've put that lid on too tight, fingertip tight. If you're not sure, get the ball canning tool that helps you do it correctly. I've never had a jar buckle ever, but I've seen them. I've seen people that have done it online, and I'm trying really hard to not have as much siphoning by controlling my temperature and when you're pressure canning, and filling my jars to the correct headspace and all that. So if you'd like to go over some basics of the science of canning, let me know in the comment section, because I'd be happy to do a little short video on some of the really important things that people don't think are that important, and then they make mistakes. So safe canning is always good, and being educated. But isn't that beautiful? I can't wait. And the client that ordered these, I didn't want to disappoint her, because even though I'm having a party and I'm swamped, I still have to clean my whole house. She's having a big party this weekend, and she was counting on these. So there you go. All right. So I hope it inspires you to try your hand at canning. Canning jam and jelly is so easy, and it's a great way to start. And trust me when I tell you, buy extra jars, because after the first canning session and you see your beautiful work and you know how good it tastes, and you handpick the items that went in there, and there's not a list of chemical ingredients in your stuff, you are going to want to do it again and again and again. And the new ball canning book is out. I ordered mine. I didn't know it was coming out, so I ordered mine. It should be here today or tomorrow. So I'll be making a checklist of all the canning stuff that I'll be doing that's new to me. And if you'd like, I'll bring you along. So guys, I can't wait to see you next time. I hope you go check the links below. And anytime you shop through that link, any of the Amazon links, it helps our channel out a lot. And so does hitting that like button and sharing this video on your Facebook page and sharing our channel with your friends and family. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye. Happy canning.